Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another edition of Pause and Pray. Albert Einstein once said, "He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed." Here from the mouth of this brilliant scientist came this beautiful wisdom about recognizing that at the heart of life is this inexhaustible mystery that brings us back and back again to a precipice of awe and wonder. And if we're not able to find that, we're as good as dead. Our eyes are closed, because it's that awe and wonder that's the very heartbeat of life. I had an experience where science and kind of mystery and awe and wonder came together, probably like Einstein did, when I was an undergraduate student at Marquette University. I took an astronomy class, one of the science requirements I had to take. And as part of the class, we had to go to a local astronomical group that did regular viewings of the night sky. I just went because I had to for the grade, but on the evening that I went, it turns out they were looking at globular clusters, which to the naked eye looks like just one pinpoint star in the dark night sky. But when you look at it through a powerful telescope, you see that it's actually a point of light, but it's made up of thousands, if not millions, of stars. The awe and wonder was palpable as we all looked into the telescope and almost all uttered the same prayerful words, "Wow," or word, "Wow," as it was so remarkable. And seeing this expanse of universe, that there were millions of stars out there, that this universe was so big, and yet we, as minuscule as we are, were somehow a part of it all, brought me to a precipice of awe and wonder that I continue to feast off of to this day, many years later. It's a gift to encounter God bringing us to those precipices of awe and wonder. Paul was celebrating that in the second reading given to us in our daily office today. It comes from chapter 11 in the letter to the Romans, where Paul is trying to navigate the differences that were emerging between the Jewish tradition and the emerging Christian tradition, and trying to make sense what God was doing in the midst of all of that. And in the end, the more Paul looked at it all, the more Paul came to a deep sense of awe and wonder at just how magnificent God's plan of salvation was, and how it was unfolding through these two great traditions. In verse 20 of chapter 11, Paul cautions against a sense of arrogance on the part of Christians by telling us to not be proud, but rather to stand in awe of God's ways, which are so much bigger and more remarkable than we could ever imagine or even put words to. And what a tremendous gift worth pausing and praying about today. To ponder the ways in which we find ourselves brought to a precipice of awe and wonder again and again in life. Maybe it comes through the gift of new life, when we welcome a new child into our midst, 10 fingers and 10 toes, and the amazing gift of new life and how it all grows. Or maybe it's recognizing that in one human eye there are over 130 million rods and 7 million cones that help us take in the world. Or the fact that on average each of us breathes in life over 23,000 times a day. Or maybe it's looking at what looks like a star and realizing that it's actually millions of stars. Or however it is, we come to find ourselves again and again brought to that holy precipice, and to let God do what God does in bringing us to that precipice, and bringing us to a true posture of prayer, where the words are taken out of our mouths, and all we're left to do is to stand with hearts and lives wide open to the awe and wonder of it all. God's peace and blessings to you all.